Hello and welcome to IP Study video lecture. The chapter we are going to cover today is Reaching the Age of Adolescence. Topics which are included in this chapter are infancy and childhood, adolescence and puberty, endocrine glands, reproductive phase in humans, determination of a gender, reproductive health, AIDS, and endocrine glands in animals. Human life is also divided into various stages. These stages include infancy, childhood, adolescence, and adulthood. When you born on this earth, that period is infancy, from 0 to 2 or 3. After 3 to 5 or 3 to 8, the time period of your life is childhood, during which you started learning and discovering this world. After that, you enter the time period which is very important stage of your life. It is called adolescence, the time between 12 to 18. This is the stage of your life where you undergo various changes. Today, we are helping you to understand why these changes are occurring in your body and what changes are important. This stage is the maximum change in the body. This stage is very important period of your life which prepare you for the next stage, which is adulthood. Adulthood is the time period which is after your adolescence. Let us first understand infancy and childhood. The stage of growth of a baby from birth to about 2 years of age is called infancy. During this time, child learn about its surrounding, child learn to grow, child learn to few things very fast, such as sitting, standing, eating, walking, the basic things to be human being. They also start learning to express some of the feelings. Though these feelings are not complex, yet they show some expressions. After that stage, the child start from 2 to 12 years of their age is childhood stage. This is the period where you start to grow in your size, in your weight. You learn to develop intellectually, emotionally, and socially. This is the time when you first go to the school, you started making of friends, you started forming your social circle. Once this childhood is done, we enter the stage of adolescence and puberty. Adolescence is the period of transition from childhood to adulthood. It is the period between 11 years and 19 years of age. So, 11 or 12 years is the onset of the adolescence stage, and it remains till the 19. Between 13 and 19 is called your teenage. So, if somebody is calling you teenager, it means you are between the age of 13 to 19. Adolescence varies from person to person. This period gives your body a reproductive maturity and help you attainment of the puberty. So what is puberty? A very important and interesting change. Puberty prepare you for your reproductive maturity. During this age, when sex hormones begin to produce and you become mature sexually for the reproductive changes in your body, that period is called as puberty. Body undergoes several changes which make you capable of reproduction. So, both girls and boys undergo puberty, but in girls, puberty start a bit early. It might start at the age of 11 and 12 years. Whereas in boys, it usually starts at the age of 14 and 15. Let us now go through the changes which people experience, which child experience during puberty. Changes during puberty. The beginning of puberty is marked by various physical, mental, and sexual changes. You experience change in your physical appearance. You experience change in your emotions, in your behavior. You experience change in your sexuality. It is a beautiful phase of your life. So whatever you are going through, accept it and be happy about it. If you have any issue, I repeat, if you have any kind of issue, do discuss with your elders. Discuss with your teachers, elder brother and sister, or your parents. Everybody, every elder around you is there for your support and guidance. Wherever necessary, take that support. So, some of the common changes which you experience during adolescence is increase in height, change in the structure of your body, increase in weight. Some changes you might experience on your skin. Some might have experienced pimples, acne on the skin. Your brain becomes very active. Let us now discuss each change one by one. The first and the most common change which you experience in your body is increase in height. You might wonder that height constantly increase. If I ask you to take out your old photographs and compare it with your current body, you will see that you are constantly increasing. But why discussion about this change right now during this period? This is because this period marked the sudden increase in your height. Before adolescence, there is gradual change. You are slowly increasing your height, but when you reach the adolescence, there is sudden increase in the height. It is also called as growth spurt. Why sudden increase? So that you can attain your maximum height before entering the adulthood. Now, another change which you experience during your puberty or adolescence is change in body shape and structure. In case of boys, they become very strong. The shoulder become broader, the chest become widen. Their muscles become strong. In case of girls, their pelvic region becomes strong. There is a deposition of fat. Another change which any boy or girl undergo during puberty is hair growth. You might be, if you look around your friends, or if you look at yourself, boys especially, you might be experiencing growth, small mustache or small facial hair growth. These small growth will later during your adulthood mature into a complete beard and mustache. Both boys and girls show the hair growth in the armpit and pubic region. Another change which you experience during this is functioning of the sweat and oil glands. You don't need to be confused that these grow during this phase. No, they do not grow during this phase. Your body already have sweat glands and sebaceous glands. Sebaceous glands are oil glands. But during your adolescence, they become very active. If you run a bit, you might experience excessive sweating in your body or excessive oil coming out of your body. This is because your sweat glands and your sebaceous gland become very active. One of the issues with the excessive oil production is that there is formation of pimples. Your skin gets clogged, which results in the formation of pimples. If you observe this image, you can see this bumpy reddish appearance on the cheek of this boy. These are pimples which further mature or become extreme, and they are known as acne. One of the peculiar change which boy or girl experience during puberty is change in their voice. During the puberty, this Adam apples is grow. Your larynx become protrude, which appears as a small bulge in your neck, and your voice changes and become deep. At some point during when these changes are going on, your voice become hoarse, rough, very coarse to hear. But this is very normal change, and it become normal over the time. You don't need to worry about it or go through internet to search the treatment or something. It's not required. It's very common. It itself go away, and your voice become very deep. In case of girls, there is also a change in the sound in the voice. Their voice become sharp and high pitch. Another change which you experience during this time is changes in the sex organ. At the puberty, reproductive organs become functional. In males, sperms start producing, and females, ovaries enlarge and mature eggs start releasing. Another significant change which you experience during this is mental and emotional growth. Right now, if I ask about you, you might be very moody, you're emotional, you might experience different changes, sometimes frustrated, sometimes happy. All these changes are very normal. All these changes are very necessary for you to understand that your brain is undergoing changes, your body is undergoing changes, therefore there is change in your mental and emotional behavior. Both boys and girls become mature. This maturity at both mental and intellectual levels apart from reproductive maturity. As a result, you are able to learn more. You are able to understand the emotions in the surrounding, emotions of other people. Your connectivity with the people at the emotional level also increase. One of the important change and one of the cause which is taking you into different changes in the body is the production of hormones. At puberty, testes and ovaries start producing sex hormones. The testes produce the male sex hormones called testosterone and ovaries produce estrogen. These hormones play a crucial role in secondary sexual characteristics. Let us now understand what are secondary sexual characteristics. The physical features which help adolescent teenagers to distinguish in themselves, to distinguish between male and female, those characteristics are secondary sexual characteristics. For example, in case of males, there is a growth of facial hair, beard and mustache. There is a broadening of the shoulder and chest. These are the peculiar features which differentiate you from the girls. In case of girls, there is development and enlargement of the breast. There is broadening of the hip and initiation of the menstrual cycle. These three features may differentiate you from the guys. Two secondary sexual characters which are common in both boys and girls are development of hair under the armpit and changes in the mood. These are the common changes which both of you experience, both boys and girls. Now that you are aware of the secondary sexual characteristic, you must know all these changes in your body are going through under the influence of hormones. Let us learn about them. Endocrine glands and hormones. In our body, there are two types of glands, exocrine glands and endocrine glands. First, study about exocrine glands. Exocrine glands are the glands in which they secrete the material into the ducts. One of the common and exocrine gland is sweat gland. So the sweat is released from the duct. Another is salivary gland and sebaceous gland. You are already aware of the sweat and sebaceous glands. Now let us go through endocrine glands. Endocrine glands are those glands which release hormones. So the question arises, what are hormones? Why they are so much important? Hormones are the chemical substance which control and maintain various other functions of our body. They do not need any duct like an exocrine gland to release their secretion. Hormones are directly released into our blood. Therefore, endocrine glands are called ductless glands. These hormones released directly into the blood carries them to target organs. Let us now go through some common endocrine glands. Okay. If you carefully observe this picture, you will see the location and the types of endocrine glands. In our brain, we find pituitary gland. In our neck, we find thyroid gland. On our kidneys, there is adrenal gland. We have pancreas. Yes, pancreas is also a gland and it also participate in the digestive system. You already studied it about in your previous class, how secretion released by pancreas help in the digestion of the food. Another is ovary, which is found only in female. and testis, which is found only in males. Let us know each one of them one by one. Endocrine glands play an important role in our body. First, start with the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is known as master gland. Why it is known as master gland? First, it is present at the base of the brain. It is responsible for controlling other endocrine glands to release their hormones. That is why it is called as master gland. It secretes growth hormone, which result in our changes in our body, like mainly physical changes. It also helps in formation of gametes. What are the gametes? That ovary, that eggs, sperms, these are the gametes. When they are released from our body, they fuse, they become zygote. You will learn about it in another chapter, reproduction, in very detail. First, let's cover another topic. Thyroid gland. It is the largest endocrine gland of our body. It is present in our throat, like I have already told you. It releases two types of hormones, thyroxine and calcitonin. Thyroxine helps in the absorption of the carbohydrate, fats, protein by cell of our body. Another is calcitonin. It helps in the utilization of calcium in our body. Another is pancreas. Pancreas is the second largest endocrine gland. It is located near the base of our stomach. Since it's participate in the digestive system, so it is located near the stomach. It secretes glucagon and insulin. You might have heard so many times that a person is diabetic because its insulin is not working. Why? Because its pancreas is not functioning properly. That is why insulin hormone is not releasing. Insulin and glucagon hormones work together. They play a crucial role in balancing the insulin and glucose level in the body. When pancreas is not functioning properly, it fails to release the insulin properly. This results in the abnormal increase in the level of the glucose. As an outcome, person suffer from the disease called diabetes. So if you see a person suffering from a diabetic, we understand that that person is not producing the insulin hormone in a relevant amount. For this treatment, doctors usually give them insulin injections or medicine for the maintenance of the insulin in the body. Another important gland is adrenal gland. It is located on above kidneys. It releases the adrenaline. You often heard that when somebody is running, fighting or having a fear, people used to say he has adrenaline rush. What is this adrenaline rush? The production of the adrenaline hormone is that adrenaline rush occurs in the body. It is responsible for the mood swings in adolescence. It is responsible for managing our emotions. Anger, worry, depression, all these are governed by adrenaline. And when you are going through fight, fright or flight, when you are running away, or you are scared, or you are fighting, in all these three situations, your adrenaline level increased. It helps you to fight. Let us now learn about testes. Testes are present in males. They secrete the hormone testosterone. Testosterone controls and regulates the changes that take place in male. So boys, whatever changes which make you different from the female are all because of the testosterone. Your facial hair, your voice changes, your development of penis, your regulation and growth of sperms, all are because of testes and the hormones produced by them, which is testosterone. Another reproductive hormone is estrogen and progesterone produced by gland called ovaries. They are only present in females. They help in regulating the reproductive changes or physical changes which may differentiate male and female are these. So, testosterone produced by testes give the significant changes in the boys. Similarly, estrogen and progesterone produced by ovaries differentiate females from boys. Let us now understand the reproductive phase of the humans. The boys and girls both go apart from physical change or mental change, is reproductive changes. Let us now understand what are these reproductive changes these humans undergo. Reproductive phase is the stage of life during which an individual can reproduce. In males, it starts during puberty at the age of 14 and 15, and it lasts throughout their life. So once males achieve their reproductive maturity, it go on throughout their life. But this is not the case for the females. In females, reproductive stage start at the age of 11 and 12, and it ends around 45 and 50 years of age. That ovaries start producing in the body. Every month, female is releasing one ovum, and when they release their ovum, endometrium present in the uterus thickened. Why they thickened? They thickened to support the growth of a baby inside the uterus. But in case female is not pregnant, that endometrium along with the ovum and blood vessels and surrounding wall, everything shredded and comes out of the body in the form of blood. This bleeding is known as menstruation. It remains for 3 to 5 days. This is the natural phenomena. It occurs in all the females. It starts during puberty. It ends at the age of 45 to 50 years of age. And during this period, the very first menstruation which occurs in the body is known as menarche. At the end of the reproductive phase, menstruation stops, and this stoppage is known as menopause. Now, let us now understand the determination of gender of a child. It is a very common myth that people say that female is responsible for the gender of child. It often has been seen mostly in our country, especially people who are not aware of the fact. They always curse women that if a girl child is born, you are responsible. If a boy child is born, you are responsible. But no, this is not the fact, and it has been scientifically proven. The gender, whether a boy or girl is going to take birth, is all because of the male. Father is responsible for the gender of a child. Let me tell you how. So, both father and mother have sex chromosome in their body. Mother have X and X sex chromosome. Father has X and Y chromosome. Mother and father. This XY chromosome is present in their sperm, and this XX chromosome is present in their ovum. When sperm and ovum fuses, one X chromosome is given by mother and another chromosome is given by father. So this is now interesting. If a father give X chromosome, then a child form is girl. X and X, because female have X and X chromosome and males have X and Y chromosome. Similarly, if mother give X, mother have single chromosome which is X, so mother will always give X chromosome. However, gender change will occur depending on the chromosome which father release. If father release Y chromosome, then a child form will be a boy, male, because boys or males have XY chromosome. So now you might be getting a clear picture why father is responsible for the gender of a child. Now that you have already understood about the changes which occur in during puberty, let us now understand how we can maintain a good health to achieve the desirable changes. We can take several steps through which we can achieve a good health. Why good health is important? Although good health is important at every stage of our life, but during adolescence, when our body is undergoing changes, when we are preparing for our adulthood, at that moment, care of our body is necessary so that we can achieve the desirable change to the fullest. How can we do that? Let us understand one by one. First, balanced diet. In your previous class, you have already studied about the balanced diet, its importance, and how it can impact the life of the people. What is balanced diet? It is a diet in which all the nutrients are present in proportionate amount. Then these nutrients are carbohydrates, fats, protein, vitamins and minerals. How can we get these nutrients? We can get these nutrients by including foods such as leafy vegetables, milk, meat, citrus fruits, cereals, jaggery, etc. in our diet. Apart from eating good food, it is very important to avoid junk food. These junk food are low in their nutritional value and these affect the health in a very wrong negative way. They can cause malnutrition as well as obesity in the body. Oily food can increase the production of the sebaceous gland, which make us prone to the acne and pimples. Balanced diet helps us supports us in the proper growth of our bones, muscles and reproductive organs. You are already aware that sudden growth spurt and strong of the muscles occur during this phase only. So eating healthy is important to get that desired change in our body. Apart from this, important personal hygiene maintenance is also very important. How we can maintain our personal hygiene? We can maintain our personal hygiene by regular bathing, as bathing removes the sweat and oil from the body. If we do not take a proper bathing, then fungus and bacteria can grow, which can make us prone to several skin diseases. Apart from this, cleaning of private parts is also necessary, especially in case of girls who are undergoing menstruation. Apart from this, we can also do regular exercise. Exercise helps in removing the waste and toxins from the body. How? When we do exercise, whether it is a simple walk or a yoga, our body undergoes sweating. This sweat removes toxins along with the water from the body. So, a healthy mind resides in a healthy body, and exercise is a way which prepares for the active mind and healthy body. In addition to physical changes, we need to maintain a good balance for our mental changes. Due to physical and sexual changes, we feel a bit insecure and uncertain, like I have already told you. For this, we need to do things which give us happiness, like spending time with the family members, or we can discuss our issues with our family members or other elders. Apart from this, we can take part in certain activities such as doing extracurricular activities like dancing, singing, to maintain our mental stress, anxiety and often our mood swings. So right now you are in a time period that your emotions are going through different changes, your behavior are going through various changes. It is very important for all of you to search for the habits or activities which can give you happiness, which can give you calmness, to support, to release your stress. Stress can be released in any form. Do meditation, yoga, exercise, search for the hobbies. Any hobby would do which can give you happiness, like painting, dancing, singing, even cooking. Or you can hang out with your friends and discuss healthy things. Apart from this, moral values. This is the time period when you are going through the sexual changes and reproductive changes. It is very normal if you get attracted with your opposite sex. This is the time you feel in love and you start liking people. You have first attraction, you have infatuation. Your opposite gender might retaliate. They also may have similar attraction with you or for you. But it doesn't mean that you disrespect or you have disregard for your opposite gender if they say no, or if they stay away from you or maintain a good distance. Another important thing which you need to learn is to say no to drugs. Adolescence is the phase where curiosity increases. You feel so much curious about trying things which are not good for your health, which you are restricted from trying, be it smoking or a drug. All these things are dangerous. All these things are addictive and they can ruin your future. Once you started taking or once you tried, you might become addicted and it is impossible to go back. For going back, you need a very strong willpower, you need rehab, and you need so much external support. So why to try these things? They are not good and it is not necessary to do it. So if somebody is asking you to try, if you are in the peer pressure of your friends to trying something new, something dangerous, learn to say no. If you are saying no, you are not coward. If you are saying no, you will not be left behind. It is not trying everything. There is no need to try everything. It is dangerous. Learn to understand it is if you are saying no, you are the strong person. Saying no is a difficult thing. If you are saying no, you are strong. Drugs not only make you weak, but it affect your body in so many bad ways. For example, smoking, which has now become common, can cause lung cancer. Excessive drinking damage your liver. And living an unhealthy life make you burden for yourself, for the people around you, and for the society. Learn to say no. Say no to drugs. Say no to smoking. Say no to alcohol. So no smoking, no drugs, no alcohol. You must also understand one thing. When teenagers try smoking or try to inject drugs, they often use the used needles. When you use the used needles, you became prone to the disease, a very severe disease called AIDS. AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency disease, and there is no treatment for this. It not only reduce your lifespan, but it make you weak, and people, especially in our society, people take you like a taboo. So why make your life a taboo? Think about yourself, think about the people who loves you. Developing awareness. Adolescence is the time period when you reach at the age of 18, you get the voting right. You are legal to vote, but you are not legal to get married. In our country, at the 21 year of age is legality for the boys to get married. However, girls can get married at the age of 18. So you need to be aware about all these necessary things. What is marriage and how your physical, mental and reproductive health get affected if you marry early. Now that we have learned about the ways we can achieve the good reproductive health, let us understand about the AIDS. What is AIDS? It is a severe disease. It is acquired immunodisorder deficiency syndrome. It is caused by a virus called human immunovirus. This virus destroys our natural defense system, takes complete control of our body, and our immunity becomes so weak that even a sneeze around a person can become the cause of our death if we suffered from a disease AIDS. There are different causes of the AIDS. One of the common causes is sharing the needle with the person injecting the drug, unprotected sex with the infected person, transfusion of the blood, and sometimes if a mother is infected with the AIDS, it can transmit the disease to the unborn child through the milk or during the pregnancy. How we can prevent AIDS? First of all, always use the disposable syringe, means one syringe for one use. Get blood from the registered blood bank only. HIV infected mother should not breastfeed their child. Always have safe and protected sex. Now you have already studied about the hormones, that humans have so many glands and we undergo so many changes under the influence of hormones. Do you think animals also go through these changes? Do you think animals also have hormones? Well, animals do have hormones. They do have endocrine glands, and let us learn about them too. You are already aware that frog have the cycle in which they become tadpole, undergo the process of metamorphosis, and then become the frog. So the frog is first a tadpole. Once egg is produced in the water, that grow into tadpole inside the water. then undergo the phenomena called metamorphosis, which is a transition in the body to become a mature frog. So that frog can move on the land as well as water. The transmission from larva to the adult is metamorphosis, and this is under the influence of the hormone. In insects also have metamorphosis occur. In insect hormone is present which help in the metamorphosis, while in frog there is thyroxine produced by the thyroid gland which help in the metamorphosis. Now that we have come to the end of the journey of adolescence, let us revise them one by one. Growth is a natural process which occurs in all living beings. Puberty results in physical, mental and sexual changes. Some major changes which adolescent experience are increase in height, change in body shape and structure, change in functioning of the sweat and oil glands, change in the voice, development of sex organs and change in the level of maturity. Some common secondary sexual changes which occur in the body of adolescent is growth of hair, widening of shoulder and chest in boys, while widening of the hip in the girls. Endocrine glands secrete the hormones which perform various functions in the body. Some common endocrine glands are pituitary gland, thyroid gland, pancreas, testes, ovary and adrenal. The gender of the baby is determined by the chromosome of the father. Reproductive phase in male is longer than in the female. Adolescents need special care during this period. AIDS is caused by HIV. Hormones also influence the changes in the animals. So that's it for today. We will take another chapter in another class. Thank you.